Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft. Welcome to This is the Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue on with the coverage of ASL S20 prelims day 2. We're going to be watching Group 3 now, excuse me. And it is going to be a Terran versus Terran fight between JyJ and a player whose name is Hani. Now this is a kind of a new, well, not really new, but some information about him so that you can kind of have an idea. So his his Korean name is Bae Yu Hyun. He is born in 1995, and he's a Terran player. He's he's played in what? He's played in some tournaments such as CKW, Chinese Korean tournaments. He's played in Starcraft BJ Team Battle. He's played in Star Clash. He's played ACS Season 2, and he has played in ASL Season 11. Wow, how? Hold on. Did he really play in one of the ASL in the past that I didn't know about? Apparently he's played in ASL Season 11, although I'm not so sure where exactly he played. Yeah, he was in Group F, guys. Mong, Mini, Miso, and Hani. So this guy is strong. He didn't win any games though, but whatever. And so yeah, let's see if JyJ is gonna have a tough time here. Of course, JyJ leading by 1-0 already. So very nice for him. And Metropolis is the map. JyJ opens with a barracks on the low ground, and Hani's gonna open with a barracks on the high ground. In TvT, if you open with a barracks a little bit closer towards the enemy, you have the advantage of going for a faster floating barracks towards the enemy, and you can scout better. But of course, if you make too few marines and enemy counterattack, then you cannot land your barracks in time to kind of defend against that. So keep that in mind. Looks like JyJ is going to be scouting in the right direction already, so that's already a very good situation for him. Marine here for Hani is going to be the block, very nicely done. So that's good. Anyways, who likes JyJ? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if anyone has any kind of fans, but yeah, Hani is still also a very strong player. Uh, so that's good. And we're gonna be having one marine from JyJ apply the pressure. Of course, this will not work because the enemy is gonna come up with his own 2 marine, but we have a small engagement here. 1 marine takes a hit already. The SCV is gonna block the ram. We might have a quick ending to this game. That marine takes 2 hits, 3 hits. We need to have counter SCVs from Hani. He's gonna have to try very hard. He's gonna attack now. He gets 1 marine destroyed. That other marine is gonna get covered from both sides, but this SCV will have to go back. And I guess JyJ is 1 SCV ahead. But Hani is going to expand as well, so the game will go on from there. But you know, those kind of very small details is what kind of get one player ahead of the other. So that was very fun to see. And we will have the fast voucher, very fast coming up from JyJ. Both the barracks have crossed path in the center here. Looks like Hani is gonna stay at home now, and you know, in TvT in the early stage, it's gonna be mainly voucher war. And if one of the players has got, you know, what is it? Just one more voucher. One more voucher would be very difficult for the other guy to try anything. And 3 vouchers versus 2 is a lot harder, and 4 vouchers versus 3 to fight against if you have inferior number of vouchers. So that is something to keep in mind. What are we seeing here? Looks like double factory now coming out from JyJ, and the same thing is going to be coming up from Hani. Hani's expansion will be slightly delayed. Okay, triple factory from JyJ. Looking very strong. So it's gonna be the moment for me to start to say some advertising. My name is Namkraft. Welcome to the channel. Have a seat, and please take a look at the description for some nice information. It's gonna be linked to the previous game in the tournament, the next game in the tournament, and the overall tournament URL. So bookmark those playlists and those links so that you're gonna be having nice access to the games when you want to without getting spoiled. Another way for you to not get spoiled is for you to, oh my god, that barracks is gonna be very annoying. Is the vulture's gonna arrive now. It starts to take the hits at the SCV. The SCVs have largely leave the area. They're gonna be hiding behind this barracks. We already have 3 vultures versus 4. That other vulture gets sniped very quickly. The SCV is gonna try very hard, but losing early vultures like this is not very good for Hani. He's gonna have his own counter vultures, and they need to keep on attacking the barracks. He's not paying attention to that barracks, and 4 vultures are returning. Another hit on the SCV though. Very nice work and finally things are stabilizing. But already JyJ is miles and leagues ahead, 44 supply compared to 36. That's already a 10% supply differential between these two players. No, more than that. 20%, almost 18 to 20% supply differential between these two players. But back to the advertising. So I organize everything by playlists. There's going to be playlists by players. So watch all of the games by your favorite players. Just go into my home page and you can see there's those places at the bottom of the home page. I also organize by tournaments, by maps. If you want to practice games on a particular map, you can just check out any games on those maps. I also organize by playlists, by best games of each year. So all of those small details is something I have to share with you, so go ahead and check them out. There's going to be a slight disorientation in the audio channel. It's going to be a bit more Korean on one side. That is a scary push from JyJ. Just let's hurry up with this advertising, so go ahead and check all of those information for your information. And yes, all of these videos will have no ads in the middle of the set, only an ad at the beginning of the set, because that's my conscious attempt for me to kind of keep things kind of fun and entertaining and uninterrupted for you. That tank is a bit way too far forward. Who will have the first siege mode? I guess JyJ will have the faster siege mode. Both the players are waiting patiently in their respective areas, and JyJ is, if Hani leaves now, he will be in a worse defending angles here. So looks like he's gonna have to hold. Exactly, he's gonna try to come out. That's a mistake. Do not hold. Looks like the angle is a lot better for JyJ. These tanks will get surrounded and they will get cornered. One tank will fall very quickly. That other tank from from JyJ is still alive. Both the players are gonna be losing one tank, but looks like at the last minute it is going to be JyJ who gets pushed back, and he lost his tank. But now he's got his speed voucher, so that's gonna be something. So we shall take a look. That one building in the main is still floating around and seeing the thing. So very interesting fights here. And JyJ, he had initiative, but he lost it in that nice attack. So anyways, this game, it will go on for a little bit longer, I think, right? TvT is always going to be guaranteed to be very, very long. So I'm going to just take a chance to thank some of my fans who have supported me in the last 30 days. Their names are displayed here, and I'm going to tell you a small anecdote about them. So Mr. Sea Goblin, he's a sailor. No, he really is a sailor, guys. He's not like I just made it up. He's a real sailor. He's from Norway, and he just loves Starcraft, and he loves the sea. Not of course, that's very obvious, but he does a lot of business trips around various countries. So that's him. So yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Sea Goblin, for your support in the last 3 days. Where's his photo? There he is. And the next person I'd like to thank is Mr. Wang. Thank you for your support. Also, in the last 30 days, Mr. Wang is from the United States, and he's a middle-aged guy with a wife, I hope, and some kids. And he's just sent me his support, I think about 25 or 30 days ago, something like that. So that really helped me out. So Mr. Wang, thank you very much. For the rest of you, if you want to support and send some love to Namkraft, $1 helps, $2 helps, even 50 cents help. Actually, what matters is most of you send me like $10, and actually it's not needed, guys. Don't send $10, it's a waste of money. Instead, set a recurring payment of $1. That's it. It's going to be a lot better. You can do that in Zelle, you can do that in almost all of the payment platforms out there. But anyways, back to this game. What are we seeing? A voucher drop from Hani. If we can get one game back, it's going to be great. He gets some SCVs already. I think 3 or 4 SCVs have been sniped. He's going to go for more. But looks like the damage is not as much as he expects. One voucher is getting trapped behind the SCVs. He gets about, I think, a total of 6 SCVs. But he loses all of his vouchers. And, of course, things are going to stabilize in here. But this spawning position helps out Hani, because actually he's going to be able to actually access the enemy's main base very easily, and he can actually go for drop on the back of the middle line as well. And Hani's going to come out. 90 supply for Hani and 89 for JyJ. We're going to be having a battle in the middle of the map. These vouchers for Hani need to back up a little bit, and as for JyJ, is establish a kind of perimeter. So I guess this 9 o'clock base is going to go to Hani for the time being. JyJ will not take it. He will take another base down here, 6 o'clock positioned. He is a little bit early to take it. 5 factories from Hani. Where's the armory? I'm not seeing the armory just yet. Just pure vultures and tanks for now from both the players. Okay, there's gonna be another drop at some point in the future, but looks like Hani is not yet executing it. He can expand right now, but he needs to. Looks like he's gonna send an SCV and expand towards the 12 o'clock position. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, because that base is a lot safer to kind of hold here. We've seen some crazy TvT on this map, Metropolis, and both of what is that game? Was it between Sack and another player yesterday, where this middle base become heavily contested, and it was so insane. I think this is a dropship. That is gonna get spotted if he goes too far towards the enemy line. Okay, this base is gonna be the target. But looks like there's no SCVs getting transferred to just he's gonna be able to just kind of slow down the SCV going there, or maybe he's gonna be able to stop the construction a little bit. Maybe that is going to be the plan, but this command center is almost about to complete, so he will need to hurry up and finish up his work. Yeah, he arrives now. The command center will complete or not. He need to drop it right now. He drops it, and the SCVs are gonna get sent back as well. He loses a couple of SCVs, not much. And we are gonna be having reinforcing vultures from the back here. But a lot of SCVs are losing their lives. I think a total of 4 SCVs were sniped. That was not worth it at all for Hani there. It would have been a lot better to stop the construction of the command center instead of actually getting it completed and then sniping a few SCVs. But the game was stabilized, and we will see more actions from both of these players. Hani with 320 APM, as JyJ with about 300 APM, about similar APM between these two players. Looks like both players are maneuvering in the middle of the map. We don't have any kind of upgrades yet for either of the players. And yeah, so if you don't have anything important to do right now, you can watch this game. But if you feel bored and if you feel like you want to go out there, by all means do that. Leave the video on and just leave, go somewhere else, because actually you know, there's not going to be much happening for the next 10 minutes. You can come back and you won't miss much. Of course, you will see who's going to be ahead and who's going to be behind, but still, you know, it's there's nothing exciting in the TvT, to be honest. But what are we seeing now? Alright, looks like JyJ is going to have his own version of the dropship. The angle of drop for JyJ is worse. You know, if JyJ goes and drop, he gets nothing. He gets a couple of factories and that's it. He cannot penetrate the SCV line. But JyJ can drop, he can actually access. He can access the mineral line of the expansion. He can do a lot of things. So keep that in mind. In the late game, drops become a lot more important. And if Hani can take this 9 o'clock base and drop becomes really viable. Of course, by then I think JyJ will build like a crap tons of turrets all over these fields. But still, you know, just one time, if the drops ever go through once, then the next time things will just keep on flowing through the crack. So that's gonna be something. Both of the players are maneuvering their positions respectively. Looks like Hani is gonna take another expansion very quickly at the top right of the screen. And as for JyJ, he's also gearing up an expansion in the bottom right. It's going to be a lot safer. There's going to be a drop that goes through. There's some vultures that did not do anything. Though this other drop is going to have at least 2 vultures. And it looks like SCV is going to get pulled, and reaction from Hani is slightly delayed. This vulture will drop once again, possibly in the man. It's going to be a major attack here. The siege position is going to be faster, I think, from Hani. So these tanks get stopped dead. There's gonna be a raid that destroyed this dropship. That vulture is gonna fall, so things have stabilized, I guess, largely. And Hani is leading by 20 supply. I don't even know how that happened. JyJ has not yet expanded towards the bottom right. He's still on 3 bases. There's gonna be some attacks like plus more weapons on for JyJ. And as for Hani, I think he's got also plus 1 weapons. I'm not so sure, but anyways, we are gonna be seeing the first signs of you know, anti-drop. Vultures getting towards the top right, and the command center complete at just the right moment. This SCV is gonna get sniped, possibly. Another SCV, another vulture being very annoying at this 12 o'clock position, so Hani's gonna have to clear it out. But if he can control the flow, the tempo of the game nicely, he's gonna have a lot of bases to work. There's gonna be a tank here. The tank will clear that other enemy's tank. The tank's walking towards the mine to drive the vultures into it, and this tank will eat 2 mines. That's right, nicely done. And this drop finally would destroy it. And that was a good micro there from JyJ to lure the enemy into the incoming mine. We're gonna be having a scan, and looks like JyJ is gonna be a little bit short on defense. Well, I guess not. 5 tanks is just enough. But Hani is gonna get this high ground secured. He's got a lot of forces. What does that mean for JyJ? Can he actually penetrate this area from the left side? I'm not so sure. But Hani is hoping to take this base. And as for JyJ, is going to try to contain the bottom right on the map. Both players are going to be super careful here. There's going to be some tanks going to be created. And once again, the fact that JyJ is disadvantaged by the spawning position means that he has to dedicate a few tanks on the backside. He cannot send all of the tanks out. Whereas for Hani, he can send everything to the front line because he will never get dropped here. Never. Ever. There's no purpose in dropping that area. He cannot get anything at all, except in the later part of the game when you have like 5 dropships. Then JyJ can execute one of those, you know, like doom drops. But that is 10 minutes from now. This game has just started, by the way. 15 minutes of the game, and if you're not getting a coffee yet, go ahead and get it. Looks like JyJ is gonna try to penetrate here. This would take a long time to get through though, because the tank line is very deep. We have a D matrix tank at the front side, but look at how he got that tanks. Oh, freaking daddy boy, he's got so many tanks. He's got 2,000, almost, he reached 2,200 minerals in the bank there, but this base is gonna go to JyJ. This is surprising. I would suspect, I don't expect JyJ to actually get this base himself, but he's gonna do that, and that is gonna, this time around, reverse the drop potential here. It is gonna be JyJ who's gonna have an advantage to drop because he's so close towards the enemy's main base. And this time around, Hani will need to place several mines in several locations. He might, yeah, he's gonna place some mines. He's gonna actually put some turrets here on the low ground, just to slow down the enemy's advance. Both the players are going to be just getting ready for their respective quadrants of the map and making sure they can cover everything nicely. By the way, keep in mind that these kind of videos that are 20 minutes, 25 minutes long don't have any ads in the middle of the set. They only happen in the beginning of the set, and that is my deliberate attempt to keep things uninterrupted for you viewing, for your viewing pleasure. So feel free to climax with me at any point during this time, and if you feel like you want to support me in my endeavors to keep Starcraft alive for the world, feel free to send money. There's going to be some major battles into the map that these 5 times are going to get attacked by the vultures. Nicely done by Hani to clear these areas. He doesn't gain much though by way of going to this area. There's going to be some vulture run by. He was trying to go inside the bottom right, but this is an overcommitment. There are way too many tanks. A single vulture is going to be able to get a few SCVs, but that's it. Hani lost a lot of vulture in that engagement to gain just a few inches of ground. And now the threat of drop is real. JyJ is going to try to come back with more drops on the right side here. Both players are going to be maybe switching into battle cruisers at some point would be beneficial for both of these players. But for now, we're just going to be seeing massive dropships from both of these players. Hani's got his 4 dropships. Both players have a lot of drops. Now, this time around, JyJ could actually drop behind this area. This area is going to be very susceptible to drops here. At some point in the future, we shall see, because there are not many turrets. But it looks like JyJ is going to try to attack against the 9 o'clock base. There are a lot of mines in positions. Looks like JyJ might be diving in. He's got +1 weapons. He's going to load up a lot of the forces. Whereas on the other side of the map, looks like Hani is going to try to reposition some of his tanks as well. Both players are just waiting patiently, anxiously for the other guys to make a first move here. There need to be a lot more turrets, and looks like Hani is making, yes, a lot of turrets, but I think JyJ might strike it before that base becomes operational. I'm not so sure. Both players are coming out from both sides. I think Hani need to send more forces towards the center of the map. It looks like this drop is about to happen. I'm not so sure when exactly JyJ is going to attack. He's going to actually go to the center. He wants to secure the center area for himself. No, that's a mistake. You cannot get this area in the center. Neither of the players can actually gain it. Finally, we're seeing a command center set up by JyJ at this 9 o'clock position. This will take a while here. +2 weapons on Hani. And as for JyJ, I think he's got +2 weapons. And both the players have got maxed out. About to max out, I guess, because JyJ has got maxed out. But Hani is about 195 supply. A lot of drops moving towards this area. JyJ might be a little bit hard-pressed to find that his defenses are low. Maybe he scans. He sees the dropship. He knows that they're not yet moving through. There's a lot of turrets, but there needs to be a few more mines as well, mixed in with the group. And as for Hani, his security 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock position only is a benefit to him, because he wants to mine it out as much as possible before that base might get taken in the future. There's a lot of mines and turrets. Oh my god! At the prelims, and we're gonna be seeing battle cruisers. Battle cruiser is gonna be the name of the game here, and of course both the players have to clear out their their supply before they can actually engage correctly here. None of the players are gonna decide to attack. I would say that if I was Hani, I would attack into the 9 o'clock. I would have a lot more few SCVs. There are way too few SCVs on this bottom right. Excuse me, at the 3 o'clock position. There's gonna be a lot of starport coming from both sides. I think Hani, I can count about 6 starports he's got. And as for JyJ, I think he's got also 6 starports. He's got 2 in the main and 4 at the other base. So both players has gotten 6 starports. Now it's going to be about execution. It's about side management, right? You need to actually clear up your side, and it's about, actually more important than not, it's going to be about building turrets in critical location to slow down the battle cruisers. And it's going, oh my, look at this huge amount of turrets getting created everywhere. Both of this will be possibly the longest game in the entire prelims. I can guarantee you, because now it's only the 20-minute, and each battle cruiser takes how long to be deployed? Actually, hold on, because I have the answers to that. I have an encyclopedia full of Starcraft stuff, and I will give you the answers. So I'm just gonna go to units. I'm gonna pull up battle cruisers, and battle cruisers, they take 6 psi. They have 400. They take 400 minerals and 300 gas, and they have 3 armor, and they have 500 HP, 0 shield. Ground attack 25. 25. Air attack 25. There's going to be another attack happening soon. This is a mistake, I think. There's just way too many tanks. And reinforcement will be arriving very soon. And these Goliaths are getting blocked on this low ground. I guess JyJ will need to clear his side. And this is his way of clearing it. It's going to be a nice mine explosion clearing so many forces. These two tanks are still buying time. And these tanks on the low ground is going to get completely busted. These dropships decided to drop all over the enemy tanks. Not a bad idea. It's going to drop on both sides here. Goliath tanks everywhere landing. There's going to be a mine explosion clearing so many tanks though. But the last bit is going to be JyJ who loses this area. But there's going to be a counter drop happening. They set him up. Goliath's going to be in position this year. Looks like JyJ's going to get pushed back. He loses some forces in the process, but he's able to clear a lot of sides. So that's not bad. That's not bad. And both the players are going to be making a lot of battlecruisers. Let me continue on with the battlecruiser story here. So battlecruisers have ground attack of 25, air attack of 25, cooldown. What the hell is cooldown? Cooldown is the wait time in frames. So it's about 30 frames. So 30 frames is about a little bit over a second, to be precise. Anyways, he's just gonna try to clear out as many sides as possible to make way for his battlecruisers. He will need to make a lot more turrets. Why? Because actually the reinforcement line is closer from these starports from JyJ's side than it is from the starport lines of Hani. Hani starports are further away from this 3 o'clock base. Wow, look at this beautiful sign, the beautiful scenery of starport field. We have 7 starports on the right side of Hani and 2 more starports on the left side. Both the players are maxed out. They are trying to clear out the SCVs one by one to make to make space for more side here. Major battles about to happen soon. Turret is what really matter. We need to see a lot more turrets, especially from Hani and especially at the 3 o'clock position. Anyways, this middle area is going to get cleared out, and that is going to be just making a lot of size. So once again, these videos, even though they're really long, they only have 1 ad. So feel free to buy me a coffee. I know that it sounds very annoying that I'm begging for coffee all the time. If you want me to stop making... Oh my god, what is happening? There's going to be a drop in the center. He's going to try to go where? I guess he's going to try to go towards the 12 o'clock position. We have a counter drop though. Counter drop underway. Both the players are looking for counter dropping opportunities, and these 4 dropship is going to meet some turrets in the center. He's going to try to go towards the battle cruisers, but the battle cruisers from Hani is going to be able to destroy this forces. Counter drop everywhere. There's only a single Goliath. You don't need to drop anything because the battle cruiser can take care of all of the tanks. That's right. Don't even drop. But now looks like the tanks have unsieged. You need to come back and drop somewhere else. Battle cruiser destroy all of JyJ's tanks here, and that is going to be nice trade. But these tanks finally get to the high ground. It's going to be a counter drop. Where are the dropships from Hani going? I don't believe it's going to be the right idea. These tanks are destroying SCVs, but that's exactly what Hani wants. He wants to trade, and these tanks are going to be attacking from the low ground. This would take a long time to get those turrets destroyed. Oh my god, these tanks are clearing way too many SCVs. You don't want to lose your SCV that fast. I mean, you want to have slightly a few more SCVs remaining. But anyways, these tanks finally die, and all of the tanks. Alright, looks like these dropships are going to be going for Yamato gun, clearing out all these tanks. There need to be a lot more turrets from the backside. The dropships going to have to retreat here. The dropships are not running fast enough. These turrets are going to be trying to cover. You need to have some Yamato gun on the dropship. Where are these dropships going? They're going to try to waste themselves, I guess, just to, trade side. And indeed, they are going to be wasting themselves here. Both of the players are going to be just seeing how many turrets the enemy has got, and just to see exactly how much defenses they have to plow through for the next part of the game. And these battle cruisers in there. Okay, one dropship survived. Very funny situation. And now we're going to be having just massive battle cruisers from both sides. Hani is... I don't know. I don't even know who is who. I guess now science vessels might also be get added to the mix because what? Because we can go for the Matrix. You can go for EMP, right? Because we want to clear out those energy from the battle cruisers. Looks like it is going to be JyJ who try to attack onto the top left corner of the scrap. We need to have more scan, especially from Hani. He is not scanning where the battle cruisers are. He's not able to see them. And now it is going to be the battle cruiser who clear the tank line, and that's going to be the moment for JyJ to unsiege his tank. But that's going to allow the battle cruisers from Hani to actually target these with the Yamato guns. He's going to come forward with Yamato gun. Where's the Yamato gun? He's not attacking with Yamato gun. He's attacking with this normal gun. Where the Yamato gun? It's going to be Hani who didn't have Yamato gun early enough. It looks like it's going to be JyJ who pressed forward here. Nice attack. All of these tanks are going to get destroyed, and Hani with his lack of Yamato gun is some serious trouble here. He's finally going to have his better upgrades, and finally science is going to be coming out here. And Hani is trying to pull back. There's going to be some nice Yamato gun on those battle cruisers. Reinforcement battle cruisers going to try to come out here. Nice battles. I guess Hani will lose. He doesn't have enough battle cruisers. Most of his battle cruisers are actually not gearing up together. He's a little bit delayed, but there's going to be a science vessel. Science vessel can actually help with something. I'm not so sure exactly with what. and he's gonna get pushed back. He need to do some movement because he's gonna be losing the battlecruisers anyway. Come on, attack together. He's gonna attack together. A nice Yamato gun to get the enemy's battlecruiser destroyed. And now it is going to be JyJ who's a little bit far from home here. Very far from home. Battlecruisers from Hani's gonna try to chase those battlecruisers away. BC's on BC's action. When have you seen it? A long time. We're going to be having an EMP. No, a science vessel get destroyed. Nicely done from both of these players. These tanks gonna have to back up here. Both the players are just playing insane Starcraft. 25 minutes of the game. Buy your coffee. Buy more coffee. Buy more McDonald's, whatever, because the game will not end now. Looks like we need to also have a couple of tanks now. The tank need to kind of get pulled back, and Yamato gun is going to get deployed on these tanks. I think Hani's decided it's going to be a moment for me to try to attack into your base. What is going to be the response? The response will be to, I guess, to try to save this base, or maybe go for the counterattack. There's going to be a lot more tanks. These tanks from Hani is going to be to destroy enemies counter tank here. A lot of SCVs are coming out though, but at the last minute, all of these SCVs are going to be destroyed. It looks like, you know, in the middle round, JyJ decide to counterattack towards the right side. Not a bad idea because the right side has a lot of mining potential. There are no turrets here. And there's going to be very difficult chances for Hani to try to reinforce it by the ground. He needs to reinforce it by something else. He's got a lot of battlecruisers, but they're not being used. But at least for now, he's able to actually destroy the base of Nightcraft. And this base need to get evacuated because tanks are on the low ground. There's nothing on the high ground. They're just starport, but they will fall very, very quickly. What is going to be the point here? These battlecruisers get destroyed by the Goliath. That's a miscalculation by Hani. He had a chance to win the game, but now JyJ with huge battlecruiser is going to try to come out, and Hani is going to have to counterattack somewhere else. He doesn't have any place to counterattack here. Tanks are sieging from the low ground. These bases are falling very, very fast. These battlecruisers from Hani are trying to attack, but they have nothing. They have nothing. Supplies are plummeting, and this is where the majority of the starport from Hani are located. They're going to be falling very, very quickly. Hani's decided he's going to counterattack any minute of the map, but I'm not so sure if that's going to be enough or not, because looks like JyJ still have potential for defense here. It's got a lot of battlecruisers waiting. Looks like the battlecruisers from Hani's are from JyJ's are returning. Where these battlecruisers going? They're gonna try to destroy the tanks on the high ground. They need to siege up these tanks. Nicely done. And this base is gonna be falling, so JyJ loses a base, but Hani also lost a base, and Hani's gonna be losing 2 bases. These forces from JyJ returning is gonna be the critical moment of the game here. These tanks gonna try to siege up and try to buy some time, and there's gonna be an engagement in the middle map here. Goliath's gonna try to attack against the battlecruisers just to buy some time. We need to also have some Yamato guns on those areas. I'm not so sure exactly. A single Goliath sniping SCV left and right, and these battlecruisers are not attacking correctly. They're gonna be they're gonna be doing some moving shots on the enemy's battlecruisers, but it's not gonna be enough. This is gonna be the final moment of the game because returning battlecruisers from JyJ are here. 8 battlecruisers remaining from Hani. Huge Yamato gun from JyJ to clear out the rest of the army, and it's gonna be the last one of the game. So I think it's gonna be JyJ who qualify for the round of for 24. If you've enjoyed this cast so far, feel free to buy me. It's gonna be in the video because there's gonna be no way for Hani to come back from this game. Nicely done by JyJ. Nice game. 28-minute game. I guess Hani would try to play a bit more because he still has some ground forces, but he cannot use them for anything. He should have attacked a long time ago, but now it's way too late. And he's gonna have no mining potential. I guess now the only thing left remaining for JyJ to do is to take out the 9 o'clock, but the 3 o'clock position. If you can clear it, the game is fairly secured on his parts. But I guess we could still have a no, 0 chance. 0 chance for Hani. He cannot do anything at all. He's gonna try to secure the top right, and he cannot because there are like 4 tanks there that by themselves are so hard to secure. Anyways, these 8 battlecruisers are so strong. They will eat up tanks so quickly here. The Goliaths cannot do anything at all, and Hani's gonna try to keep his side of the map secure, but it's gonna be very tough. You know, if he had made a lot more turrets before, it would have been, you know, a little bit of a different story. But all these starports are falling. No more mineral intake. And of course, you know, Hani is not yet GGing yet because this is his last game. He wants to play until the last breath. But I'm gonna put this game in the list of best game for this year, so you can go ahead and check out the playlist. There's a lot of games in that playlist. Just enjoy them when you have time. You know, drink a coffee or something like that. But now we're gonna be having the final battle. Of course, 145 supply from Hani cannot beat 120 supply from JyJ. The final battle begins. Battle cruisers, tanks versus Goliaths and tanks. Who's gonna be the Triumph? SCV also joining in the mix. It looks like the last bit the Goliaths trying to plow forward here, but the tanks from Hani cannot overrange those battle cruisers, and now those battle cruisers actually. Okay, what is happening? Looks like there's just enough tanks from Hani to hold the area. The Goliaths gonna try to come out. Goliaths versus battle cruisers here. There are about 5 Goliaths remaining. There's still 8 battle cruisers, but the Goliaths fires are quite strong, and 1 more battle cruiser has been sniped here. But keep in mind that the money situation is really bad for Hani, and battle cruisers have Yamato guns which will last a long time, and now that's going to be the end of this attack here. Hani will need to think about retaking the top right. He cannot. the top right is still controlled by 3 tanks and 1 Goliaths. So that's gonna be a problem here, and more battles gonna come out. Of course, this is just a war of attrition. Hani's gonna, just gotta try to play it. But JyJ's got 8 battle cruisers, gonna make more. The next battle is looking very strong. This is going to be the final battle, I believe. Battle cruisers, overwhelming power, and GG from Hani. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.